Hey, everybody, welcome to the MURCA Guns and Freedom podcast with your host, me, the Yankee Marshal. As always, this is just an open chat where you can ask me whatever you want to ask me, suggest whatever topic you want to suggest, hear what I have to say, what the people in the chat have to say. Feel free, put forward any topic. You can also call me out if you disagree with me on anything. That's one of the main reasons I'm here, so that if there's opposing opinions on stuff out there, I give them a platform to be heard. So feel free, let me know you want to come in and do a little spank the yank. Before we get started on questions here, I'm going to go over and I need to read the names of people who bought merchandise today, because that does support the Pets and Vets program. Well, some of it does. Most of it does. Some of it supports supports TYMP, most of it. And some of it supports Pets and Vets, because we made some. This month, if anything in the news section, it has a mammal on the front of it. It supports Pets and Vets, including the one I just designed, which isn't up yet, but I can show it to you. We were just trying to decide whether I should delete the bottom line off this or not. But I just did this design here. Boom. And it says, I support the right to arm bears. And it's, a little bear there with his grenade launcher. And then it says it's in the Constitution, although that part could go away. I've asked people on two different things now, Patreon and Subscribestar, Patreon and the live chat, and so far it's been a 50-50 split of whether it should be there or not. I like it either way, so I don't care. Whichever one you all decide is what I'll do. You're all the ones that'll buy it. So a little bit of departure on my style there, but this one will be up tomorrow probably, and it will benefit Pets and Vets because he is a mammal. All right, let's go thank the people who bought shirts today, or hats or mugs or whatever. We got Jeffrey Beeson, who bought him a couple of magnets. Bought himself a couple magnets. We got Timmy Gage. He wrote it as Timmy. I didn't put it as Timmy. He did. He got him he supported Pets and Vets. He got the Varmint What Shot My Paw shirt and a Kitty Bang Bang shirt. Someone sent me an email today where they got their Kitty Bang Bang hat. They're going to wear it to Epcot Center this weekend, and they're probably going to get thrown out. They asked me, is it a Disney movie? I was like, Chitty Bang Bang is a Disney movie, I think. But if you wear that into Epcot Center, they probably go toss your ass out. It's got guns on it. Although there's things in Disneyland that have guns, like the Mickey Western stuff. And so, then we got Joseph V. Gainta. He bought a couple of shirts, and they're all mammals, so he helps support Pets and Vets. Buddy Angus Shepherd Jr. Also got the Kitty Bang Bang shirt, supporting Pets and Vets. And Carrie Cockrell got well, that's not from the news section, so that won't do it. But he got the El Kabang shirt. You don't see a lot of people get the El Kabang. I don't think a lot of people even know who he is. Does everybody in here remember El Kabong? But I made him El Kabang because bullets are cheaper than guitars. Everybody knows who that is, right? Or what his alter ego is. Quick Draw McGraw. All right. Well, thanks to those people for buying merchandise and helping support our programs. Let's go over here, see what we got coming in as far as questions are concerned. Oh, and remember, you still got 3 more days to get entered into the double super secret rock giveaway. If you do a $5 donation, you get entries into a silver bullet drawing we do every month. If you do a $10 donation to Pets and Vets, for each one, you get 2 entries into the silver bullet drawing, and then you get an entry into the double super secret rock giveaway that we can't talk about. So feel free to do that. All right, let's see if we got any questions coming in over here. I know there's orders. Let's make sure we don't read orders. We got John Heasley chiming in. My Springfield Armory SOCOM 16 M1A308. Yeah, those are awesome. He's answering the question from the first section today where we talked about what's the best overall rifle if you're only going to have one. So he was responding to that and getting himself another entry into the double super secret rock giveaway. Kenneth Donaldson paid his tithe to Phil, which a lot of you people ain't doing. There's over 100 people here right now. We ain't seeing no tithes to Phil coming in. Well, this one, a couple, I guess. Winchester 94 chambered in 30-30 Winchester is a good rifle for varmints, deer, and whatever else you may need to do. It is a good rifle. 30-06 is a very good round. Oh, he said 30-30 though. Yeah, so 30-30 is a good round too. I mean, it's not quite 30-06, but it's a good round. John Mandrick chimed in and said, sorry I'm late. I am also fighting the diabetes. What is the best gun for possum and the armadillo? Well, I don't think possums like guns. I don't think they're very violent critters. So I think if you offer them a gun, they're like, no, thank you. We're pacifists. They're total pacifists. I mean, if you attack them, they play dead. They're not into fighting. Armadillos, same thing, except they roll up in a ball. Play dead. And when they roll up, they tighten up. They cinch all their muscles and everything like they are dead, like they're a corpse. So you can't pry them bitches open. Not that you would try. But no, I don't think they like guns. I don't think I would even try to give them one. I think maybe they might take it out of politeness, be like, oh, thank you, but then they wouldn't use it, so you just wasted a gun. How much effort to add some white patches to the kitty kitty bang bang to make her a tuxedo cat? I'll buy at least 2. P.S. I get compliments all the time on the Nazi shirt. Well, good. I hope tell people go buy it. Tell them put their money where their fucking mouth is if they like it. Go buy it before it's gone. Making her a tuxedo cat wouldn't be hard at all. I just have to put white right here and white right there and white on the paws. It wouldn't be hard at all. It would take me about 10 minutes maybe. Did you have a specific cat you want it modeled after? Send me a picture. That was Georgia Powell. Paul Bidenbach chimed in here. Hail Phil! If the military stopped lead bullets, do you think the public would follow? I don't think so. Unless the same manufacturers that were providing for the public also switched their lines over to do like solid copper or something. Well, then I think they would eventually weed everybody over to solid copper because you don't want to have 2 lines or 2 production types running. That's why a lot of gun manufacturers consolidate to 9mm because it's cheaper to make 100 9mm than it is to make 49mm and 40/40s. You know, you can make 100 guns for less money than you made 80 if you're consolidating your calibers and your lines and, your production. So, and also the number of parts you need to keep around for replacements, repairs, etc. So, eventually I think they would if they switched everything over for the military, law enforcement, etc., to copper bullets. I think eventually you'd see them switching the market over to that also, just to save money. We'd suddenly start hearing how great copper bullets are. Who was it just asked me that? Was that Paul Bidenbach? That's Paul Bidenbach. Clinton Barella had your pasta last night, and I'm going to have it today too because we got leftover sketty. I always make enough sketty to feed like 8 people, and only like 3 of us ever eat it. Zyler does not like sketty. He hates it because you remember he was in foster care up for most of the first 6 years of his life, 7 years of his life, or no, most of the first 10 years of his life. So we didn't get him until he was 11. So he got fed a lot of spaghetti because it's cheap to make. And he's like, a lot of them didn't even put meat in it. It's just sauce and noodles. So he doesn't like spaghetti anymore after years and years and years of being fed spaghetti. So he gets something else. I always make sure to have sandwich stuff because he likes a sandwich. He likes to make himself a sandwich. But did I ever read his question or did I just go on about his pasta? I bought a new Kimber KDS9C today. I always get that confused with the K6S double action single action. It's not the same gun. Of course, you know that. You just bought one. Should be in next week. Went to local shop, saved almost $200 versus online. Paying the fill bill. Well, good. I'm glad you're paying your tithe on your purchase. A lot of people don't. And then when their gun blows up in their face and takes out their right eye, leaves a nasty scar on their face that looks remarkably like a tentacle to a squid or an octopus, they're going to wonder what happened. I'm going to laugh. I will laugh. Do you have any comment on the rumor that the attack on Gary was a hit and that it was raccoons disguised as possums, since possums are pacifists? No, I have no comment on that. My lawyer has suggested that I not comment in public on anything that regards Gary, because you never know what's going to come back at you. And then we got a question over here real quick I need to answer. Heavy J says, for everybody, hatchback or fox body? Well, aren't the fox bodies hatchbacks? I mean, they got a little bit of a trunk kind of shape at the bottom, but I always think of a fox body as a hatchback. I mean, it's not like a full on, all the way down to the back end hatchback, like a Celica or something. But I always thought of a fox body as a hatchback. But I will say I do like fox bodies. The Fox Body Mustangs, when they first came out, I liked them. Everybody else said, oh, they're awful. Yeah, I was an impressionable kid. I liked the Fox Body Mustangs. I thought they were cool, especially that deep orange they do. And there was one, remember the one that was the pace car in the Fox Body? It was silver, and it had the different horses, like in different, like shadow across, where it looked like it was like zooming across the side of the car, and it was orange and green and black, and just... that car, I loved that car. Can I see if I can find a picture of that? Shouldn't be hard to find. It was the pace car. There it is. This car right here. Oh my God. Oops, how do I get this a little smaller? There we go. It's this car. Hold on, why is it? Such is interrupting me here. Okay, here's the picture. And I know people are just listening to this, can't see the picture, but if you could, it's very pretty. And it's the pace car for the Mustang in the Fox Body. And that, whenever I saw that on the road, I was always like, that is an unobtainable dream. I would love to have one of those. But I was a little poor kid in Point Pleasant, West Virginia. Actually, I think we were in Nitro at the time. But I could never hope to have that car. But now I could actually probably go buy one if I could find one. Why didn't Caden want one of those? I'd rather had one of those. But yeah, I like a Fox Body, especially if they've been souped up a little. They also made that car in yellow, I do believe, but the silver with the orange and red stripes and the shadowed horse to make it look like he's shooting across it's just the most beautiful car I think I ever saw. They might have made it in tan too. No, I think it was just, might have been a blue one. I think it was just yellow and silver though. I think there was one that had blue stripes. It was silver, but had blue stripes instead of red and orange. But the red and orange on the silver, the way to go. It's just awesome. Sweetie said, had to try again. Transaction denied earlier. What happened earlier? What did he say earlier? I don't know. He did let me know what he said earlier. All right. I think we're all caught up on the supers right now. We are. Let's get over here to the live chat, see if there's anything coming in. Right to bear arms. Have bear shaving fur off arms. I know that's what kind of weird fetish is that? You want to watch a bear shave, freak? How about it's in their constitution? Well, bears don't have a constitution. Their constitution's the same as ours. They're Americans, especially if they're born here. I firmly believe in bear immigration too. I mean, they come from Canada, wherever they want to come from. I'm more than happy to let as many bears in as possible. I think we should have a quota, try to get as many bears as possible. Because like I've always said, one of my great quotes that I like to use quite often, would be my slogan if I ever ran for president, would be like, would be more bears, less people. I think I get a lot of people behind that. I should do a shirt that says more bears, less people, and show a bear chasing people. Solving two problems with one stone. Or one bear. Let's see here. How can we drive you crazy? You're already there. No, I'm not. I ain't crazy at all. I'm sane as what's something that's very sane. I almost said a cuckoo. That's the opposite right way. Fair, sane. Such a sane as what's something that's very sane? I don't know what's sane. Oh, he sent the picture of the kitty cat, which I can get percent now. Share screen, Winder, boom. There's the picture of the kitty. That's the one he wants it to look like. So I just basically got to make the chin and the neck and a spot on the chest and the paws white. That ain't going to be hard to do because you can't see most of it. His tail's all black and you can't see his back legs in the design. So that ain't going to be hard. I'll do that tonight. And I'll send you an email when I'm done. Might not be until tomorrow morning when you get the email, but I'll send it. And then if you don't buy them, I swear to God, people do that and then don't buy them after they ask me to make something special. Happens more than you'd think. I'd say about half the time someone asks for something, they don't buy it. Makes me mad. Someone might be making extra accounts to make sure it is 50-50. They better not be. Jim Croce's song, Bad, Bad Leroy Brown, which is very similar to one of his other songs, I think we all know, was inspired by a guy he served with in the Army in Fort Dix. The man talked tough, but he got thrown in the brig for going AWOL. Well, how's that not tough? Did he take out some MPs do it when he did it? Going AWOL don't mean you're not tough. It means you don't like the Army, I guess. But do you think that Colorado's detachable magazine ban will be overturned? Most definitely. Mississippi was just awarded most improved schools in the nation. When you're at the bottom, there's nowhere to go but up. Yeah, they jockey with West Virginia for last place. But yeah, most improved in Mississippi is not saying much. They are last in the nation. They're usually always 49th or 50th with West Virginia. Every now and then Arkansas will get in there and go like, hey, hold my beer. But usually it's Mississippi and West Virginia because this is a Mississippi-West Virginia household marriage. So we get to argue over whose state's worse. I'm like, my state's worse. We just pulled into the lead as fattest state. And then they'll take first in poverty. And I'll be like, ooh, damn it. All right, where was I? Johnny Mandrick was the last one over here. Let's see if it's still the case. Nope, Per Goofty-san chimed in and said, I was shooting Spear Lawman 45 ACP range ammo today, and there was something wrong with it. Loaded so weak, it felt like shooting 380 and wouldn't cycle the gun half the time. What were you shooting it in? Is there a chance that maybe you've had a really stiff spring put in the gun you got? That maybe you changed it, or did you buy it new? Was the previous owner maybe put a stiffer spring in it and it doesn't like lighter ammo? Or is it just a bad box of ammo? Could be either one. Or you could just be crazy. So could be three options there. All right, let's get back to where we were. If most soldiers were not allowed to carry a firearm on base at Fort Dix, then how are they supposed to defend themselves from the Jersey Devil? Well, they got a fence. Have you ever been there? There's a fence. The Jersey Devil can't climb fences. So they're fine. They're safe. As long as they keep guards on the openings, the gates, they're fine. And they lock the gates at night. So if tariffs are raising the price of foreign-made guns, should we all just buy American? But I don't even know which guns are American. What companies now use all American parts? Because most of them farm out their some things like their triggers or some internal parts or what. So I don't know what ones are all uh, American made. Hell, even companies, it's hard to tell now. Who makes more guns in America, Beretta or some other companies you would think were American? So Glock, how many does Glock make in America? So I don't even know how to be patriotic when it comes to most guns. Well, hell, because like Smith and Wesson, who are they owned by? Colt, they're owned by CZ. They're a Czech Republican company now. So I don't even know who is. And plus, they paused the tariffs. Right as the stock market crashed and the bond market started to go down, they paused the tariffs, and all the rich people that bought back all the stocks for their corporations and stuff during the decline made billions. Trump was even bragging in the Oval Office on camera that, I paused the tariffs and my buddies here made billions in the stock market. I'm like, that's not, oh my God, shut up. Like, why would you say that to people that are struggling? He does not have a good social thermometer, I guess you would call it, or barometer. P&V, screw YouTube super chat. Leave a super chat. He just says, "For Phil," said Kevin Mabry. Kevin Mabry. I don't think I've seen him in a couple of days. Has he been around? I just didn't notice him. I don't know. He's not been very noticeable, at least the last couple of days. When can I meet a cute Mississippi girl? Well, good luck with that. Most of them, I will say that a lot of people, male and female, in Mississippi, they're very attractive. I mean, they come from good breeding stock. They're very attractive people up until about 27, 28 years old. And then, their metabolism, and the meth catches up with their metabolism. And then they all start to look like withered old hags and like old scarecrows. It's kind of like how Russians, at a certain age, the vodka catches up with them and they all start to look like potatoes wearing patent leather shoes. It's the same thing with people in the South, in Mississippi. At a certain age, the cigarettes, the alcohol, and the meth catch up with them, and they turn into scarecrows. So get them young if you're going to get one. And the ones that don't do the meth, well, they're like 400 pounds. So you don't want that. It's like, do the meth. If you live in the South, do everybody a favor, do the meth. No one wants to see your 400-pound ass at Walmart on one of those scooters with your ass engulfing the seat. What is that blue as your background? It's messing with my eyes. It's not blue. It's the same old gray it always is, but I'm wearing a yellow shirt. I got on my yellow Mickey my Revolutionary Willie shirt. Because it's Steamboat Willie Mickey but he's a revolutionary, so it's Revolutionary Willie. It says Revolution, and he's shooting his AR and his AK in the air because he don't discriminate. He's got his bandoliers on with his grenades and his extra magazines or extra bullets. It says 2025, so it's yellow and it's messing with the background. The camera has a hard time adjusting for it. When I wear a bright color, like if I wear white, it makes everything real dark. So, all right, we got 5 minutes left. Let's see if we still got any questions. Per Gustafson chimed in again here, paid $2 tithe to Phil, and said, "No, the ammo was bad. I don't know what they were doing on the loading press that day. I have never seen anything like it before. I've seen underloaded ammo before. They get a bad batch of powder, and powder gets wet or something. I'm not sure what the reason is, but there's always something that can go wrong. And if that batch didn't get quality controlled, they might not catch it. It goes out and it don't work right. Because, they don't test like every 10th round. They'll test like a couple of rounds and then go a day's production, and test a couple more rounds and go a bunch of production. All right, I think we are out of questions. Thoughts on the Ohio ordinance? H-car rifle can't go wrong with 30 rounds of 30-06. I don't know anything about that gun. miss some stuff here? Joseph Brown, if you're asking, what is the best gun coming out in 2025? I don't know. I don't know what's coming out yet in 2025. What is there still to come? A lot of stuff that I haven't seen yet has already been announced. Like I haven't seen any of the new classic series from Smith actually hit the stores yet, but I'm looking forward to them. Fox bodies came in hatchback and notchback. Most of the police models were notchbacks. I think most of the ones I've seen are hatchback because the trunk comes up with the glass. I guess there are some that are different, but to me, if a trunk comes up with the glass, well, if it opens all the way up to the bumper, that's a hatchback. I think that catches us up on all the questions. Over here, I have met several Mississippi natives in Florida who said there were no jobs for them in Mississippi. Well, Mississippi has a horrible economy. They're at the top of the list in, poverty, at the bottom of the list in education, at the bottom of the list in standard of living, bottom of the list in wages. It's just it's not a great place to live. I mean, I'm from West Virginia. I'd still live in West Virginia if it was a good place to live. It's a good place if you're wealthy and you can just enjoy the outdoors. But if you've got to earn a living there, it's not a good place to have to earn a living. You'll be a wage slave most of your life. It's not worth it. So, I just don't go there. George Powell, check email. I got the one where he sent another picture of the kitty cat. Share screen, Winder, boom, boom. There he is. Stay thirsty, my friends. What's that? That's Dos Equis. That's alcohol. He shouldn't be having alcohol. Shouldn't give a cat alcohol. It can't be trusted. Django, hush, 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 Django. Django, it's the Amazon guy, Django. Django, it's not. You don't have to worry. All right, everybody. That looks like that's about it for us today. I want to thank everybody for coming. I want to thank everybody for keeping the conversation rolling. Thank people who bought merchandise. Thanks people who watch my videos, especially if you thumb them up. Give them a thumbs up. I like a thumbs up. So give me a thumb up. Otherwise, thanks everybody for everything you do for the channel. It's appreciated. I'll see y'all again tomorrow. Until then, remember, always carry and stay safe until I see you again. I got to go protect the UPS man from Django.